Yo, guys, welcome back to the Pitch River podcast. I'm your host, Larry, and today I've managed to assemble the Avengers today. So, on my right, we got Santi. On my lower right, we got Hayes and Scott, who don't want to show their faces for meticulous reasons.
We're on the bus.
We're
on the bang bus.
in case any of you decide to go look for him, it's like, what are you saying on this fucking live shit?
Please just don't rob us.
And on the left, we got Nathan. So obviously today, these are all United fans. I was trying to get Chelsea fans on here, but I couldn't, unfortunately. But look, it's more United. Maresca got sacked, so I'm not really too worried too much about that. Today is all about United. So obviously, you guys, you have the floor. Obviously, Adam's been sacked, I think, around 9:30 this morning. This is when I got to work. First thing I see when we opened the shop. Obviously, for me, as a neutral, shocking, if I'm being honest, because, okay, yes, Adam for me wasn't an angel, but he wasn't a devil either. And look, three at the back was not working 100%. I get that. But United have entered their cycle stage again, and what's going to happen is, as you guys know it as well as I do, I think it's a Darren Fletcher that's taken over as interim for now or something like that.
Definitely caretaker to the end of the season.
What's going to happen now is this team is going to play football. I think Brandon, you're playing against this team is going to play football just to prove a point that Adam was not the guy to lead the team, and then the next manager comes in. And he's going to have to try and make do with that squad. And then the same thing is just going to happen. You win a couple of games, you'll be like, yeah, give him the job. And then the same thing's going to happen. But look, I'm not going to talk. The whole point of this fan calling is to give you the floor. So whoever wants to express their thoughts can go first. You have the floor, boys. You have the floor.
Who wants the first?
I'll go first. Because I have. So, Amorim sacking, it was a long time coming. And it was a long time coming because he didn't want to adapt this system into a 4-4-3 until the board forced them to do it a few weeks ago. He didn't want to change.
Okay, but you were told at the start that he was not changing.
Oh yeah, we were told.
Can I just interrupt there? We have an inability to defend with a 5-back. What on God's green earth makes you think that we are going to be any more securely defensive with a 4-back?
Because two in midfield make a massive difference. 4-2.
But we still play with two in midfield.
With 5 at the back.
No, Scott. I've already had this all day with United fans. Oh, Bruno shouldn't be playing the 8. It doesn't matter who plays the 8. People are saying we leak goals and Bruno's in there. We still concede when Manuel Ugarte is in there with Casemiro. So there's two out-and-out midfielders with a 5-back, and they cannot defend. They cannot stop conceding.
In the last three games, once we went to 4-back and actually won and dominated the game. In the last 2 games, we went back to 3-back. We were bad against the worst team in the Premier League and Leeds.
Here's the thing.
The Newcastle game, though, you kind of caught life second half, though. I wouldn't say you dominated. You kind of caught life.
But it was a stronger performance. It was a stronger performance.
100%.
And kept a clean sheet with a 4-back.
No, 100%.
That Newcastle game, Larry, they switched it back to the 5-back in the second half, if you do remember. Because we were 4-back in the first half, and then they switched to the 5-back. So it was a good first.
It looked like a 4 to me, to be honest.
But it was 5.
It was a 5.
To the untrained eye, Larry.
That's a 5. That was a 5. That was a 5. Because we all knew it was a 5 when Euro came on. He took out a midfielder for an extra center back. We all knew.
Thank God that's over, by the way. The centre half substitutions.
Oh my God. His game management fucking sucked. He made the worst subs at the wrong time. Yes, I get Ugarte was your boy at Sporting, was your boy here, but he did not have to come on in certain aspects of the game. If you needed a midfielder, you had Maino. there to pick up the slack, but he didn't fucking use them. So what's the whole fucking point of having Manu
So
if you're just going to keep playing
in your eyes, do you actually rate Kobe Manu?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I think he's a top talent. Yes.
No. What happened to Kobe Manu is, and I always say this, any English player gets overhyped by the media to be something that they're never going to be. And it's always happened. It always happens.
100%.
No, Larry. You're an Arsenal supporter, okay?
Yeah.
You're an Arsenal supporter. Now, the time Bukayo Saka missed the penalty in the Euros final, what was happening to Bukayo Saka? Getting racist threats, telling people were sending him stuff, telling him they're going to kill his mom, kill him. But now, them same people were also Arsenal fans who are also now saying that Bukayo Saka is probably the best right winger to ever play in the league. So here's my point. This is my point. This is where I'm on about the English hype, English media. If you're English and you're playing in the Premier League, you're going to be, we're going to win World Cups with you. You're going to be the next big thing. You're going to be this. You're going to be that. Once the media gets cold, you put way too much pressure on you.
No,
prime example will be Jude Bellingham right now, scrutinized for everything he does. I'm not here. I'm not.
I don't want to hear. I get the English. I get the English hype. Okay, Kobe Manu also walked into the England team last Euros, changed it.
He was their best player.
He was their best player.
He was.
He's a fantastic player. 100%. I get he gets the hype, and I get there's a lot of stuff when you look at both sides with him. Yeah, he probably should have sat there and fought for his place. There's no way he's overrated at all. I don't even think he's properly rated because we've only had one season out of him, to be perfectly honest. We've only had one season.
But here's the other part about it. My part about it is, do you think that he didn't have anything to do with what his brother done? So my point of it is, he thinks he's bigger than the club. He thinks he's bigger than the manager. He thinks he's bigger than everyone else. He thinks he's better and bigger than the player that is starting ahead of him with his free Kobe Manu. I don't agree with all this bullcrap.
Do you think the same about Garnacho?
Yes.
Right. Okay, at least you have that. At least you
Garnacho built his bed, and he can now sleep in it.
So Garnacho liked the fucking post Fabrizio Romano put up a while ago.
Yeah, I seen that.
But the thing is, then does he forget fast that his own manager got sacked 2 days ago?
Yeah, he's just.
It's a weird one. I think it's more of a case of
I think we're
the Kobe Manu situation and talking about this is the exact reason why Amorim sacked, because media wise as well. I get you can be all up front. How he spoke about the academy products, the 4 boys from the academy, how he come out from 2 weeks in the job. And he said, we're the worst United team in history. Yesterday, coming out with me like, I'm the manager of Man United. I'm not the head coach. And in 18 months' time, that will all change again. There's a lot of stuff he's come out in the media and said, hence why there's so much highlighted, especially on Kobe Manu, because he can't just... He's media trained to the point, and he's Portuguese, and he's up front. He's trying to be like Mourinho. That also did not work in his favour.
So do you rate either the Fletcher brothers?
They're youngsters. I've only seen them for a handful of times.
We've only seen one of them, really.
Do you rate them?
Well, I can't really. I don't
I watched them playing underage, and if their last name was not Fletcher, they would be nowhere near Manchester United. And I can tell you that now.
They're going to probably start one good, right?
Their father's well in on the board. They're most definitely getting game time for Manchester United. Just like Alex Ferguson's son. Oh, you're my son. You're going to get a game time for Manchester United. This is the exact same thing. Just because their last name is Fletcher, I've watched them playing underage. They should be nowhere near this club. Mantato came on for 20 minutes the other day and touched the ball 4 times. Not good enough. Shea Lacey, I've watched him playing underage. Not good enough. He didn't even make it when he was out on loan. So here's my point. You're all saying that he should have been more like, these defensive substitutions. They won't happen if the club invested and not give him, we don't have money, but we can bid 65 million for Antoine Semenyo, but we don't have money.
It's all installments.
We don't have money to pay you off. But we could bid 65 million for Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah, it's only there just for the installments. Legit, the only way we're gonna get Semenyo is through installments.
But here's my point. Why are you going for him? Like, if we know,
Yeah, I
why
said
we
this
do
as well
not
to the
need an
lads.
attacker. We do, and
I
especially
said
the
this to
fact
the
that
boys as
Semenyo
well.
is a right
Yeah.
midfielder or a winger.
What we need, what Manchester United
Amorim has come
needs.
out and said specifically, I don't play with wingers in my system. So why did you sign? Why did you try and sign Antoine Semenyo? Why have you signed Brian Mbumo, who predominantly played most of his football for Brentford on the right wing?
Yeah. I said this.
Where we should have been prioritising midfielders, defenders. We are crying out for an actual proper number 8. The club have ignored it for the last 2 years. Oh, here's Ugarte, who we paid 50 million for, mind you, and then PSG went and added 5 million and bought his replacement in Joe Neves.
And he's one of the best midfielders in the world now, with Neves.
So
I do think Ugarte is cat. I did say that from day one. There's a bad bit of signing Ugarte. That was a bad signing from day one. I've never.
And we paid 50 million. So here's my point: for that 50 million, you could add 5 million. You can't get Joe Neves.
Yeah, but United tax, so it probably would have been another 30.
At the same time, if you're Manchester United and you go and inquire about Joe Neves, it's not 55 million.
It's 130.
It's 85 million.
130.
But as well as that, though, you look at the stuff, as you said, right? If you're going on about the recruitment and the decision making, do you think Amorim made enough of a case for himself in 14 months that he showed that he should be fully in charge of what he thinks should be right? Because I don't think he did.
But here's my point about it as well, Scott. Amorim last summer gave the board a short list of three strikers that he wanted: Gyökeres, Ekitike, and Ali Watkins.
I didn't get any.
He got Sesko.
He didn't get any, but they gave him Sesko. If the club had and the board had any bit of a brain, they turn around and say, "Look, we're very sorry, we can't get any of the striker options you want at the moment. We're going to sign a midfielder instead." Don't go and just blindly side.
I agree. I do agree. We should have never. We should have got a midfielder instead.
That would have done him the world of good.
It's clear to see that we need a midfielder like in this formation.
But I do think it's very easy to get caught up in the board did all this wrong and the board did this wrong. It happens with everybody.
But how many? But the thing is, and I think this is why a lot of people are not happy with the sacking, bro. How many managers have came out and called the board at United for not hitting targets, for not having great structural, for not having great planning? Your signings were made were made a couple of days after the season started. Your number one keeper in Lavins was signed 5 games in after you realized Bayendo wasn't it or Nana wasn't it. The same thing that's happened to Amorim is kind of the same thing managers have been saying. There's no planning, there's no structure. Transfer targets can't be hit because it's a case of, is it you have the money or you just can't be arsed to chase down players and be like, oh, no, we're not going to go for what you want. We're going to go for what we want. 100%. Once you signed Cunha and Mbeumo, I actually don't think there was a need for a striker. 100%. I think a midfielder and a defender should have been the next.
We definitely need a defender.
I have a question about our winger situation though. Since we're going to be switching to a 4-3-3, who's going to be our right winger? Mbeumo?
I think Ahmed's still going to be right back. I do think he's going to do Ahmed at right back. That's what I think.
Ahmed's going to go back to being a winger.
He's got a whole bench. He's got a whole bench.
Ahmed is not defensively solid. We cannot afford to play him in the right back. If we have narcissistic fans that are giving out about Bruno not being able to defend and playing in the eights, why should we still go about playing Amad Diallo in right back?
Yeah, I don't know. He's had a good. He's decent.
He's been a bit.
Amad Diallo.
No. It's not even Amad can't defend. It's just that Ahmed's quality.
He's too attacking. Yeah, his right wing back suits him to a T. Right wing back suits him to a T.
That was the only positive about that formation as well.
Well, here's the other point I'm always making of it as well is you have now seen what Ruben Amorim has said. You've seen what Ralph Rangnick has said.
Yeah.
We've seen what Jose Mourinho has said. We've seen what Eric Ten Hag has said.
We all see what Ronaldo said as well.
Yeah. In all honesty, if you're any bit of a top flight manager and have any respect in yourself, you are not signing for Manchester United. No,
and that's my point. Do you know with the whole thing of managers coming out and saying this and that? There's still managers coming. Like Rangnick, let's be real here. Rangnick did what he did, right? And he did a decent job. He came in as an interim. He wasn't coming in to take over the real deal. He was coming in as an interim to be a sport director and then left when the money was shown at Austria and then came out and said what he said. Ali hasn't really come out. He's come out and said he wasn't backed. Jose Mourinho wasn't backed. Very, very vocally has been in the job and out of the job, has said that. The problem is, these people, everyone knows what's going on at United, and yet everybody still goes there. Like, surely Amorim
Yeah.
himself should have thought, going from, like, do you know this time last year, or sorry, before Amorim got appointed to United, he was 11 out of 11 wins. He didn't lose a game all season. Then he came to United, drew with Ipswich, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, but
There's
the
a
man
whole lot
also said
more.
that he didn't want to come till the summer.
Yeah.
And then he shouldn't have came, then he should have stood his ground.
No.
But then
No,
that's
because
not, then,
no, because then United said it's literally now where we're not coming back for you in the summer.
then he should have said, okay, fuck off then, suffer without me. They
So,
stick to your principles.
Here's the other point I'm seeing about it. I think about it now, right? Is all the fans now are kind of aligning themselves. Well, a lot of fans I know are aligning themselves now with the likes of Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, and all this. They're aligning with them to suit their narrative of what they think about Ruben Amorim and what they think about Manchester United right now. They're aligning, like, so my point of it is now, Paul Scholes has never managed a day in his fucking life.
No.
Nicky Butt has never managed a day in his fucking life.
No.
Gary Neville was a failed manager. Roy Keane was also a failed manager.
Listen, Roy Keane got promoted with Sunderland into the Prem, to be fair to him.
You have to stop the Sunderland narrative.
Well,
man.
hi, let's be fair now. Sunderland are up and down more than that pair of.
They're definitely
Yes,
sir.
And also, Roy Keane is also the same person who thrown his own teammates under a bus. So we're all here talking about how Ruben Amorim thrown the youngsters under the bus. How about Roy Keane throwing his own teammates under the bus?
And he got thrown out for it.
Yeah, and he was thrown out for that. But my point of it is, they're all here now who slating Ruben Amorim. Give Paul Scholes the job. See how long he'll last. Give Nicky Butt the job. See how long they last. Give Wayne Rooney the job. See how long he's last. But the other part of it is, we now have Darren Fletcher.
I get the point. No, hold on. I get the point.
We now have Darren Fletcher. We now have Darren Fletcher as interim manager.
But like,
if Darren Fletcher is the interim manager until the end of the season,
it is the end.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely to the end of the season.
Well, if he's interim manager,
I heard it's for the next.
That's what I heard as well as 2 games.
June.
If he ends up there till the end of the season, my point of it is, if United are still going down the bad patch and we somehow come down to the league table, is Gary Neville and Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes and Roy Keane and Ryan Rooney, are they all going to call out Darren Fletcher? No. Why? Because they're all buddies. They all played with each other. They're all friends.
Well, it'll be interesting, all right. But I do think, like, I mean, you look at some of the teams when City start going into a dip like ours, their legends will come out and talk the same way as like the likes of Theo Walcott comes out and talked about Arsenal for years. All the, like Tony Adams, all these boys that come out. I wouldn't take much notice to what all the legends say because it doesn't make a difference. They're saying whatever.
But it does make a difference, Scott, because for the simple reason being, the legacies that Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Wayne Rooney, Roy Keane, the legacies that they all built at Manchester United makes people actually gullible to believe in what they're saying and what they're talking about. Like I said, here's Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher is there, someone trying to talk to Slot about how to manage his team. Who the fuck is Jamie Carragher to give advice to someone about winning a Premier League? Yeah. Who the fuck is Gary Neville give advice to someone about managing a team? Gary Neville was a failed manager with Valencia.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be the same thing about.
I get the point though.
But
imagine you winning something. Yeah. Imagine you winning something, and someone tries to talk to you who's never won, who's never competed, try to tell you how to do your job.
Okay, right.
That's the same thing with pundits and managers.
But I'll just make this point. Who are we to say that Barad and Wilcox can't run a job when not one of us own a business? Do you know?
We still have
it's the same thing.
But there's running a business and there's fucking common sense. And
you're gonna talk about, like, the thing is, for me, I do understand the point. Like, Neville's a failed manager, Rooney's an up and down manager, Scholes did manage teams for 45 days.
Rooney is a massively failed manager. Rooney's never
I didn't want to say he was a bad manager. I love Barca.
He was
bad. I think the way United was left, and I personally, in my opinion, these boys that are playing for United, they're not good enough. United won't be good enough for the next 10 years. But if you're going to tell me, as good as Gary Neville was, if you're telling me that like Acuna is listening to Gary Neville on a commentary and he's crying about what he's saying about it when he's 10 times the player Neville ever was, it's things like that. You're being paid, like even take the pay out of it. A lot of these players, a lot of these players are like on paper probably better than some of them talking about it. Now, Neville is probably the worst of the 4 or 5 you've named there. But as good as he was, he's not as great. But like this is going to come part and parcel if you're playing for the big teams. When City end up being shit, I'm sure the likes of it's Joe Hart, Aguero, all these boys will come out and talk about it. It's just it comes part and parcel. They might have a clue in terms of success as managers, but they've been in successful teams with one manager. Football has changed, but you have to just like it shouldn't. If what the comments outside are and Amarin said it, if that's negatively impacting you, then you can go and fuck off.
But
Because
here's
what's
the
the point?
Yeah, but here's the point that I'm making as well. When you look at every other team, all right, no team is in the media critic as much as a Manchester United manager.
Yep.
So, like, if everyone is just going to fit their own agenda with, oh, the media said this, the media said that. Lawrence, when's the last time you seen something? Fair enough, you're on top of the league right now. When was the last time, before the start of the season, that you seen anything about Mikel Arteta needs to be sacked?
Anyone who was
Look at Larry's notebook. Look at Larry's notebook. He's screaming that shit.
No, I'm on about actual media outlets coming out and saying that.
No. But I've seen like creator accounts, like people.
Yeah,
that, like,
but I'm on about media outlets.
But United is often a lot more highlighted as well, though, lads. You should remember everything at Man United is highlighted way more than any other club in the world. Do you know?
But this is the point I'm making. It's literally impossible to come in and manage Manchester United because you're critic on everything. You're literally put up to the standard of.
It's the Manchester United. The coaching job at Man United is so high regarded. It's because of what Fergie did. Everything stands back on what Fergie did.
But then every narcissistic fan fails to realize that Fergie was nearly sacked after 3 seasons.
He was in the 80s, yeah, before they won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But again, we have to also take it to realism here.
Why is it different now that?
Because football has changed completely. There's no patience.
Why is it different now that Fergie should have been sacked after 3 seasons and then turned out to be the greatest manager to ever live? We're sacking managers now after a year because things aren't going right and it's not how
the change in football and patience is gone. As well as that, United weren't exactly a top team in the 80s when Fergie took over, so he was blessed that he got the time as well. It's the same thing here. Look at the likes of the Aston Villa job and stuff like that. Villa and Newcastle are starting to come up more and more each year. They're getting time because when the managers took over, like Eddie Howe took over and they were only bought, Newcastle only bought in, like if you remember before they were bought, they were relegation fodder. They were fighting relegation every year. The same, it's a different game completely. No matter, even as wrong as it is, it's a completely different game. It's a different time. It's a different generation.
But things weren't going right for Newcastle and Aston Villa either, and they didn't sack their managers.
Yeah, because then Emery lost his first 4 games.
Rebuild. So does our board think that Manchester United does not need a rebuild?
But you get a rebuild, okay? But we needed a rebuild, and every time we hire a new manager with a different philosophy, and then have to rebuild on that again.
But this is my point. So we signed Eric Ten Hag. In his first season, we gave him 500 million. 2 seasons later, we were on the verge of sacking him at an open interview with Kieran McKenna, but decided not to give Kieran McKenna the job, but we decided to give Eric Ten Hag a new 2-year contract.
And then do what we did for Ten Hag.
And then spent another 350 million. So there's my point there. What is the point in, we're going to interview for a manager, we're not going to sign that manager, we're going to give you a new contract and let you spend another 350 million, even though we know we're going to sack you in 2 or 3 months' time?
Because nobody in the higher up knows what the fuck, they don't know what to do.
It's a business. It's a business. That's another thing as well you have to get onto. As much as Amarin shot himself in the foot, any manager, and a lot of the managers have shot themselves in the foot in different ways. Amarin probably in the biggest way, but the club don't know what they're doing. The lads,
but here's the other, how many sporting directors have we went through in the last 4 years?
I don't even know. I don't even think we've had a technical sporting director as it's called.
Since Ed Woodward left, how many people have we went through in his position?
I don't actually know.
Exactly. We've went through Lauren Blanc. We've went through the fella that we got from Newcastle. He's been and gone and all. Was it
Dan
Dean
Ashworth.
Ashworth?
He got 6 months.
He's came and gone.
Oh yeah.
And now we have Jason Wilcox, who
I'm getting,
is still living off of the Premier League that he won with Blackburn 40 years ago.
That and for your man Barada, who's made his name at City.
Oh man.
I personally just think that it's everything in the club. As I was saying it to Hayes a while ago, like it's not just it goes from the top to the bottom. So it goes from the boys upstairs to the 11 on the pitch.
Yeah, it's rotten to the core.
It's
But
just,
why is the manager always the scapegoat for our board being rotten to the core?
because that's just football, unfortunately. That's what happens.
It's not though. It's not.
It's not football.
It's not.
Please, that's what happened, boys.
No.
In
Do you know what it is?
no.
Do you know what that is, Scott? Do you know what that is?
It's scummy,
No,
but
do you know what that is? That's narcissistic fans who turn on the manager when things
it's
aren't going
no,
the way
no.
they do.
Because okay,
Okay. Because
Arsene Wenger, all the stuff Arsene Wenger did for Arsenal.
But
Why
I
was he
noticed
sacked?
this.
Because the club wasn't run properly. The same
But
thing when Emery came in, club
But
wasn't
I've
run
noticed
properly.
this, right? That
No, Emery
a lot
was
of the
failed.
people, a lot of the fans that are blaming the manager and not blaming the owners are the same fans that will be about 10 to 15 years older than me, who watched the Fergie era, and loved the Fergie era, and enjoyed the Fergie era. And now they're not going through the Fergie era. They're seeing the club for what it truly is, and that's a piece of shit.
Okay, but I also think that like the whole point of it is it's both management and the club. It's not like Amrin. He wasn't getting
It
next year
can't
out of
always
it.
be management. Here's my point.
The
Them
only
players,
way
the players that Ruben Amorim has now are the same players that everyone said were not good enough under Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
So what's meant to change?
The only way this club can be seen as for it truly is by everyone's eyes is for this club to get relegated. We have to be relegated.
But when I say that's football, I don't mean it in a bad way. But if you look at it, when has players ever been punished for having a bad season, like managers? Never in a million
But
years.
this is my point. They're the exact same players that we said under Eric Ten Hag were not good enough, and they shouldn't be Manchester United players. Am I wrong or am I right?
So a lot of them shouldn't be, but it's not down to us whether they sell or not. It's down to the board.
So my point of it is, why is it now Ruben Amorim's fault that they're simply incompetent and can't defend in a 5-back?
Okay, so a lot of them players aren't good enough. Amorim these are players Amorim pushed out. Garnacho, almost Kobe Moinu, Marcus Rashford. Dallo is shite, hasn't been good in 2 years.
So So would you have kept Garnacho and would you have kept Rashford?
No. I wouldn't have kept Garnacho for the attitude, but he was forcing Garnacho out further on. I would have kept Rashford 100%.
But he wasn't forcing Garnacho out, man. It was just for the final. He obviously, in his head, he thought, all right, Mason Mount is going to offer me more against Spurs than Garnacho is. Spurs play a low block. You can't just use speed against Spurs. You have to try and pass around them, man.
It's just it's a tough one because you have to look at it. You have to be realistic about it too. You can't you can say whatever. It isn't always the manager's fault. It isn't always the player's fault. The manager still brought in players and made very, very little progress. He has only ever been consistent in 1 month in the last 14 months, and that was October.
And do you think them players were his signings?
Yeah, surely they were. Not everything goes like
they weren't. They were not. For the simple reason of what he came out and said about Jason Wilcox, they were not his signings. Because I'll tell you, like I said, he gave the board.
So who was he going to sign instead of this man? Was going to bring the
three options of strikers.
And okay, Sesko, fair enough.
So where's this coming from?
Mbuemo.
Why would you sign Mbuemo? Mbuemo's a winger. We don't play with wingers.
Because he's a winger / striker. He's an inside forward.
No. Mbuemo.
He's an inside forward. He's not even an out winger. He scored 20 goals.
Mbuemo played his best football for Brentford last season on the right wing.
On the right. The stats came out. He's a predominant.
What that tape? You can't tell us about that winger. But Salah isn't an out-and-out winger either. They're inside forwards. It's how they play.
All right.
And Wemmer is one of them.
So is he?
Here-
So is
okay,
he
then I have a
inside?
question.
So what? So he is a winger, but as a winger, he plays as an inside
Okay,
forward.
I have a question for you then.
Yeah.
You're not Manchester United head coach. How would you line up this team? No loans, no injuries. How would you line up this team?
Oh, Larry said with no phone.
Well, I think the goalkeeper speaks for itself. I think Lamins has actually, as much as I was skeptical at the start, I think Lamins has been a breath of fresh air. I think personally, I was for the back line. I do a 4 back. At the moment, you can't take Shaw the left back. I think Martinez and De Ligt are our 2 best centre backs, but there's a call there for Aiden Heaven. Right back, I can't keep watching Dado play, man. It's actually terrorism.
You feel around. Finally.
I can't keep watching Dado play. I think Ahmed Diallo or Mazraoui at fullback.
Mazraoui is the most clumsiest person you'll ever see at right back.
He's solid though. I like
He's a
Mazraoui.
better centre half.
I think. So now we found a gap that Manchester United need to buy. We need a right back.
Then you look in the midfield. This is what kind of scares me because
But
for
we've
me,
needed a right back for years now.
Dallo is always on and off. Well, go in a minute.
We've had
if you give me the option of selling either Dallo or Wan-Bissaka, I'm sorry, I was selling Dallo.
I would have kept Wan-Bissaka.
Right that we've had since Antonio Valencia. We've had Ahmad. We've had Wan-Bissaka.
At the time.
Fosu Mensah. We had Fosu Mensah at right back.
David Team Fosu Mensah. What a man! What a shout that is.
We've had Dallo. We've had Mazraoui. We have not had a single good right back since Valencia.
Dallo had a good season at one point.
I think Mazraoui is solid. I actually
but the thing is, Mazraoui is a better centre half than he is a right full.
Oh, he has really good.
He's a good.
We're not since we're playing with the back 4. There's no need for wingbacks. We're playing with fullbacks, and we need.
If I was to pick my keeper, my back 4 right now, if I was going to United job, it would be Lemens, Dargu.
Hold up.
You can't take Luke Shaw as much as he's injury prone on form right now.
I'm not playing Dargu.
You're playing Dargu right back, by the way.
I'm playing
Dargu right back.
Ooh. Yeah, there are some games that I've seen.
And in my centre halves, I'm playing Aiden Heaven, Mazraoui, and I'm playing Luke Shaw left back.
What? Hold on.
What about Lisandro?
No, let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. Martinez is 6.
I want to do this. I want to do this.
Okay. Me and Hayes have like 10 minutes, so let's speed run it. Let's speed run this shit. I personally don't think you can have a United team without Martinez in it.
Or De Ligt.
I do, because for the simple reason being, do you know why I'm doing it? Do you know why I'm doing it, Scott?
Go on.
For the simple reason being, I'm playing Martinez as a 6.
Okay.
It does make sense there, but I think De
Ligt should be in instead of Mazraoui.
De Ligt is fit, yeah.
Okay.
No. Are we talking about our best lineup or the team we'd start on Wednesday?
Best lineup.
No, our best lineup.
Okay, De Ligt has to be in it then.
De Ligt will be solid. De Ligt in heaven. De Ligt in heaven, if anything. If you're putting Lisandro in the 6.
Heaven has been good. Bar that goal yesterday, but we move past that.
I'd rather have Heaven on the left.
Heaven's left-footed.
Yeah.
So it's good to have it's a good outlet to have a left-footed centre back.
Gosh, it's good to have Luke Shaw's fucking fit, man.
Shaw at the moment is our best.
If you're not starting Mazraoui has to start right back, and I'm sorry. Dargu's going on the left. Dargu's going left back.
Here's the thing: all the loans that we have currently out, there will be coming back. This is no.
What's he putting in?
Heaven and who?
I'm sorry, but I'm putting if Mazraoui is starting right back, I'm putting Dargu left back. I'm not starting.
No, really high on Dargu, aren't you?
Dargu is good, but Shaw on form is our best left back.
Shaw has started every game.
Shaw can't get forward.
Dargu doesn't have an end product.
Hey, you know the only reason why? Hey, you know the only reason Luke Shaw's playing well? He's trying to get on the plane.
It's the
Let's be real. That's the only reason that Luke Shaw's left to the stock. He's not going to that plane, bro. He's not, bro. And I actually genuinely hope
and that's fine. Long live fit and great Luke Shaw. As long as he keeps playing the way he's playing, I don't care.
Harry, if you think of it,
Luke Shaw has been fit, have I seen? It's either a contract year or an international tournament year.
But
Yeah.
no,
Those
but
are
when
the
you think
only
of it,
times-
Luke Shaw was actually injured before the Euros and was brought to the Euros by England.
Yeah.
But
He
you
was
forget
injured. He was
you-
injured and he was brought to the Euros.
you do
And
forget
somehow he was
though with all the
miraculously fit for the
injuries,
Euros.
Luke Shaw is a quality left back. He just can't keep fit.
I
Yeah,
prefer
but he
Luke
can't
Shaw
get
is-
forward
Darwin.
anymore.
Don't get me
Shaw-
wrong.
Dargo has to
I
start
like
left
Luke
back.
Shaw, but I think it's time for us to get a brand new left back, not a wing
I
back.
think
Like every time I watch Dargo play football,
Dargu's not bad, but he's too rash and he has no end product. If you're going on about busting up down the wing, the man wouldn't cross the road.
But Luke Shaw is very, very liable to a right back and a stupid foul.
I'm Dogu over Luke Shaw.
Yeah,
I'm Dogu over
It's
Luke Shaw.
true.
He's a better right winger.
He's a big.
Nah,
he played
nah.
one game. We did a Gareth Bale on him and he played better.
That's
He
how we
plays
put
better
right
on the
back.
You
wing.
can't.
Okay,
Dargan's
okay,
end
okay,
product.
okay.
We
If
play
you're gonna
Dogu
talk
right
about-
wing, and it's the best
If
I've
you're
seen
being
him
if you're being realistic, lads, Luke Shaw's never going to get dropped unless he gets injured. Let's
And
be real
Luke
here.
Shaw isn't going to be dropped because Luke Shaw has been quality. Luke Shaw's a quality left back.
Aiden Heaven will start over Luke Shaw.
He won't play left
I
back.
agree.
I mean,
I agree.
Dargo will start over Luke Shaw. Mazraoui right back.
Okay.
Mazraoui right back. Yeah, I would rather have Mazraoui than Dalot at right back in this current time.
I do
And
think that.
And Dargo goes left back for me.
I can't see it. Like if you're being realistic
I'm
about
telling
it.
you,
If you're being realistic, but he doesn't
Ye
play.
man.
He's so bad at left back to put him right wing.
bro,
My
let me tell you
midfield
something.
right now, fully fit, is Bruno,
Casemiro and Mainu.
Casemiro,
what I would say.
and Martinez.
Or Martinez if you're not putting him in. Yeah.
Hold
You
on,
put the wrong Martinez in.
Yeah, I
This
know,
team
bro.
is spooky,
I
man.
know.
Jesus Christ.
I don't mind
Just for
Martinez in the
simple
six. I don't mind Martinez.
reason being, okay?
I've always said this guy could play six. I don't
Yeah,
care what anyone
but
says.
just
I've
for the
always
simple
said-
reason being.
Thank you, Mark Power. Look,
defense
Larry, look
is
at the
getting
fucking chat.
overloaded.
Look at the comments.
You're being told, man. You haven't a clue.
Man,
Oh,
Dargu's fucking shit, man.
Shaw is nostalgia bias.
Dargu, he's not nostalgic.
No.
Dargu's way better than Shaw.
Yeah, you're so
Man,
lucky I have a movie to watch in 5
Dargu.
minutes.
Dorgu is bro. I'm telling you right now, Luke Shaw only plays good when there is something on the line.
Yeah, what's happening this year? What
There's a World Cup this year.
What is happening this year?
There's a World Cup this year.
Larry, Dargu doesn't play well full stop. He doesn't play well full stop.
Dargu has two left wing.
He'd one good game. He'd one good game at right wing. He'd one good game at right wing,
Larry
man.
watched that game. It's like, oh man, he's on the wing.
Man, Dargu's unbelievable. I don't know what you're on.
I'll give it.
Oh, what a
Right?
left back scored that ball.
I'll give it to Dargu, right? He has an engine. He is not the quality of player right now. If Darren Fletcher was to go and beat for 10 games, you're not playing Dargu.
But
You know
the
what
difference
Dortmund
is
needs to go
here,
through?
Scott, right? We're playing an out
Time
and
short here,
4-3-3
let's
where you need your left back and right back getting up and down that wing. Luke Shaw can't do that anymore.
But
No, he
Dargu can't do
can't.
it with any end product. Dargu can't do it either.
Dargu's
But
better off the
my
right.
point of it is, I'd rather my left back getting up the wing, making a nuisance of himself, dragging the man out and dragging him away from the ball, rather than Luke Shaw just standing there waiting for the ball.
I think you're sleeping on Luke Shaw's ability as well.
All right, we have to move past this anyway. Fucking get into the midfield.
Right,
Casemiro has been the best midfielder in for a while.
Don't even put Kobe Manu in there.
Kobe Manu can if he in a midfield three, but I don't think.
In the midfield three, man, who can do it. But right now, Casemiro.
But I also don't think you can't have a team without Lisandro Martinez in there either.
Lads, you're playing a 6. Bruno is the 10.
Yeah, but I'm playing a 10, a 6, and an 8.
Who's the 8?
Okay.
Casemiro's
That's what I'm
the 8.
saying.
Because he has the cover. Casemiro's better progressing the ball forward. It's not going up and down. But Casemiro is one of the only players on the pitch that can get the ball with his back to the goal and turn it progressive.
Casemiro as an 8, I've seen it all.
That's a bit strange one.
You could put Martinez as the 8 to be fair, and then leave Casemiro a drone. But Casemiro is so good.
Martinez as the 6 and Casemiro's the 8 is Martinez can cover more ground at the back.
Just play 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I suppose that as well, but they'll both be sitting anyway. So who's your front three then? I'm interested.
Right wing
here's
Ahmad,
my
left wing
stipulation.
Mbemo, up fronts are Cunha.
Here's my stipulation. Here's my stipulation. Rashford's still all alone, so technically he's still our player.
This is what
coming back.
Yeah, but
I think Rashford could come back, boys. You don't know.
they have an obligation to buy.
They do, but they won't activate that.
No, I'd say
They're not activating it. Barca's too broke.
But if
Well,
you're going to
Hansi
put it
Flick
on,
wants him.
if you're going
Is
to
that
put it,
Ahmed?
Ahmed and Mbeumo and
Mbeumo's
Ahmad
up front?
Mbuemo Cunha.
Cunha up front.
Who is up front?
I think
I don't know.
I think whatever about the Ratcher stipulation would be great, but he's not on paper at the club, so you have to do like if this was you were brought in tomorrow and you were told pick your best 11.
Oh, okay.
Now, at the same time, what you could do as well there is, I know people are cribbing about Bruno playing the 8, but you could drop Bruno back, put Cunha in the 10, and then put Xerxes or Šeško up front. But I don't.
I would probably rather have my dustbin up front at the moment. I'm to be so honest, like if you wanted a project striker and bringing in Sesko, you should have kept Hoyland. Xerxes annoys me because there's so much ability in there, and it's only once every 15 games I see it.
I wonder how many times Larry has done this.
Would you rather have a striker currently, Xerxes or Weghorst? Because they're kind of the same player.
Weghorst, man. Oh my God.
Well, Weghorst, my passion
Can I have
marker.
Odi
Weghorst,
Nogalo
what
back?
a player, man.
Ajax man, by the way. He
What a
always getting
player
the
Weghorst
fights.
was.
Can I have Odi Nogalo back?
Yeah,
He's better
You know,
off.
All right.
what I'm excited
in
for?
that position, I just have to
Jesus,
smash it.
No,
No,
go on,
one
you
player
better.
I'm excited for
Oh,
that I
well.
know he's not gonna get fucked.
Okay, he
JJ
would be going
Gabriel.
to
Yeah, I see
JJ
that.
Gabriel.
Yeah, J.J. Gabriel's an unbelievable
All
talent.
right, boys. Me and Hayes have to go. If you're still on, and when it's done, I'll come back on. But
Yeah,
Fuck the board.
I have to go myself as well, boys.
go on, Larry. If you're still on, I'll be on after
The board
it.
is calling.
No problem.
Go on.
All right. Okay. So this is the three. This is the three we have now. Look, look. I still think this is nostalgia. I still think this is nostalgia bias. Like, don't get me wrong. This guy's good. Yeah. Do not get me wrong. But
What I will say
swear
is
to
that
God,
team going to get us top 4? No.
No.
Is that team going to make us
no,
a bit stable?
no.
Yes.
Do you know what? Okay, but do you know where I will prove? Yeah, you can definitely improve here. This could definitely improve.
Oh yeah, the right.
Oh yeah, we've all, but like I said, we've needed fullbacks for years.
Oh yeah, 100%. This guy should be how this guy is still at this club. Yeah,
And
see.
I know he's old right now, but he's out of.
Here's my thing with Shaw. Shaw is a good player, and I would like I would like to keep him at the club as a rotational piece, as a rotational left back. And
Luke Shaw is a very good squad player to have around. Experience.
Okay. See, this is all I see about Shaw. What's the point if you're crossing but no one's on the end of it, bro? That's the same as any fullback putting a ball in and there's no one on the end of it. Look, I get it. Shaw is great. Shaw's been a great 7 for Man United, bro. But you have a 6'7" striker, you cross the ball, and it's going to no one.
Because we're in the box.
We have a 6'6" striker that can't fucking win a header.
He's afraid to jump.
He gets bullied by
he's afraid to jump and do an East Bay, no problem.
That's true. That's
my problem. We have tall. In our history we had tall strikers, but with zero end product.
We always have, but we've always had tall strikers, but we've never been known to whip the ball into the box for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
We haven't whipped the ball into the box since Beck's left.
You either had predators for strikers, or you literally had hold up demons as strikers. You never had put a cross.
We've never had an out and out target man. That's why we don't know how to deal with
it. Exactly. You never had that. In all the years, even Cavani, who was probably Cavani was more of a poacher.
Cavani was not no poacher. It's the same. With Ibra, for the size Ibra was, he wasn't a target.
Even though Cavani wasn't available that much, when Cavani was available, that motherfucker could score.
Yeah.
Cavani was a demon.
I just think for me, I love Shaw, but I personally this isn't recency bias. I just think for the future of United, Dorgu can be better. Dorgu can improve as a player,
for sure.
And I would for his development, bro. There's nothing for Shaw to develop in his game, bro. Like I wouldn't sell him, but I will hold bench. I think he could be a good.
Yeah, but
I think Shaw could be a great rotation sub, but I do think, bro, people just hate Dorgu because he can't cross the ball. I think everything else in his game is okay.
It's not
I
that.
think
Dorgu's just a bit raw. Dorgu's...
But that's what young players, they're not. Why are we expecting a player to be finished at the age of 22, 23? Why are we having them to, bro?
It's
Bro,
all
if that was the case,
it's all the youngster hype like Yamal,
it's
Musiala.
all a facade. Like players are not supposed to be hitting. Players are supposed to enter their prime from 25 onwards, bro. And that's the thing with social media, with all these things, bro. Why we expected players 18, 19, 20, 21 to be getting 20 assists, 20 goals, bro? Like what the fuck, bro? Back in the day, at 19-year-olds probably wouldn't see the first team until like he was maybe 22,
He would have
23,
been on loan
24, bro.
he would have been on loan.
Literally,
He would have been on loan to like a
bro.
League One championship club.
Literally, bro. Like now, Casemiro, look. I know you fans adore him, but this guy is a 60-minute man, and then you sub him off. I don't think he should be starting. I do think if the board actually had some sense, they would actually do an upgrade on this guy.
We do,
Bruno,
but we do want to. But the players that we want are just out of our budget right now. And to be honest, I would wait till we have a small bit of a budget because I don't want to rush in to buy some player that we need but isn't good enough for the position.
I know the exact 8 I want for this team. I know the exact 8.
So do I, but we ain't gonna get him because he's too much.
Who do you want?
I either want Wharton or Anderson.
Yeah, okay, first, yeah, no, 100%. I was thinking the
same. I'm going a whole different left field because I'm not going English midfielder. I'm going Thuram from Juve.
It's you know what I I'm care. Go to is it Sporting and get that
Diomande.
No,
not Diomande. Hillman or something like that.
I'll get it now. 1 second.
Yeah, it's crazy how you bought Sesko and he doesn't even play for the team, bro. And I will put Mbeumo up as striker rather than Cunha. I feel like Cunha is more dangerous on the wing. I feel like Mbeumo, he played striker at Brentford last season. He knows how to play that position better.
Looking at this
and he's
lineup,
more and he's more physical.
Looking at this lineup, the more I think that United should be going for a 2-striker formation. But have one of them as a false 9.
If we're going 2 strikers, Sesko has to be up front.
Yeah, Sesko's definitely going up front.
Because Sesko plays better.
Would you play Bruno? Would you play Bruno false 9?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'd play Mbeumo as a false 9.
You reckon?
Mbeumo has the speed to get in behind and get onto the ball.
What would you do? Would you do something like this? So fuck. What have I done here? So Martinez,
Casemiro, Mbeumo, and Mbeumo goes out right, and Mbeumo goes out left, and Mbeumo goes out left.
No, he said he played in behind.
Oh, in behind.
So what? You can't put Casemiro up wide. So Bruno.
If we're doing that, since we're doing that, we're gonna have to like drop an extra midfielder. Because we're gonna need
I can't lie. Yeah, someone has to drop here. You know what? You know what I do? You know what I probably do? I take a Casemiro.
Don't put in Ugarte. Do not put in Ugarte.
Dorgu there would be.
No. Yeah, I think
I put Dorgu there. I put Dorgu there.
I think Jenny this will work. So you have a Mbeumo false 9. You want Bruno higher up the pitch. I think Lissandro, like I said, I always said this guy could play 6.
But here's my point about this, Richie. Okay, is we now have 6 defenders on the field. So where's most of your creativity coming from?
That's true.
So people were crying out because we were playing with 5 defenders and
now they're going to be
playing out of position. So now we have 6 defenders with players playing out of position. So the thing is, most United fans,
or here's the thing that we could do: get Dorgu out, put Cunha on the left because Cunha has done the job on the left.
Okay.
And then put because Cunha can play anywhere up in the front.
So what Cunha can play anywhere in the top 4.
And Cunha can play anywhere. So that's the thing about what I love about Cunha's versatility. He can play anywhere in the front 4. Right wing, left wing, attacking mid, and striker. He can play any of those 4. I would.
So what we doing here?
That's the thing. We don't have a. That's the problem. We don't have a proper midfielder. The only
Our biggest
eight.
problem is because literally we do not have another eight, an eight that is able to get up and down the field and leave the six do their own job, and we don't have a six that can do the job on their own either.
Yeah, because if you're putting it there, that's 6 defenders and 4 attackers and no midfielder.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the problem with Manchester United's team.
So see, this is where my point is. Like, so these are the same. Most of these are the same players that got Eric Ten Hag sacked because they weren't good enough. But just because it's a change of manager, they're now expected to be good enough. But because they're not, it's the manager's fault because he's playing a wrong formation or wrong tactics.
I said it. I said it as well. I said it. I can't believe what Scott was saying earlier, saying that with the board, it's business. I'm sorry, man. I was completely bad. That's not business, man. That's not. I'm so
that's just
sorry,
incompetence. That's incompetence.
That's projecting and that's self-deflecting, man.
That is literally just the board turning around saying, "Oh, well, if you're not able to make do with what we give you, then we don't want you."
You know what I still can't. You know what I still can't believe? Looking at Luke Shaw, he's still the only servant from the Louis van Gaal era. Like he's the only one from the Louis van Gaal era, which surprises me.
You know the craziest thing. If all these players were available tomorrow, if they told them you can walk the club tomorrow, or all of you can leave, guarantee majority of them are leaving. Not one of them is dead.
But here's the thing: if they are leaving, who's paying their wage bill?
Nobody. Are they gonna go take a fucking pay cut? No.
No, because they won't do it to leave the club.
No, I hear it. This
is my point about it, Larry. Sorry to interrupt you, okay? But, I have to go soon, so I just want to make one more point.
Okay.
We have a lot of narcissist United fans, and it's really, really bugging me with the amount of fans that align themselves with a narrative of the manager isn't good just because things aren't going their way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how can things go their way when they have every fan and every board member down their throat being like, "Oh, well, this needs to go well, no, you're out. This needs to go well or you're out. This needs to go well or you're out." So the way I'm seeing it right now is we're better off just not signing a manager, having someone that has no managerial experience at all, to where we're not expecting anything from him. And when he inevitably fails because of the board, then
But you know what happened there? Sorry to jump. You know what happened there? The fans will go, "Why did we send someone with no experience?" The fans. The problem is with United fans. They'll find one. I agree with you, Nathan. They'll find one way or another to make up a narrative. Like my manager here is in the chat here, and like I texted him. He was gonna text me before, but he was even saying, shocking news. Like as a neutral, I know I used to slag Amorim, but I'll be honest, as a neutral, I don't see where everyone's, calling for his head here. I really don't. Because people forget United finished 15th. Okay, yes, you gave Spurs their first trophy. Unforgivable. But
people need to remember majority of that, us finishing 15th, the first half was Eric Ten Hag.
Bro, not even that. Forget about Eric Ten Hag. Ye are 6th. You're 3 points off Champions League qualification. Half of the games have been played.
We're level on points for Champions League qualification. Champions League goes to top 5.
Okay, so you're on level on points for Champions League qualification, yeah? I'm not saying Amorim is no angel, but he ain't no devil either. So for me,
he's not a saint. He's not. He wouldn't have built a world-beating team. He's not a saint.
No, and
what I'm saying is he should have been given a bit more time, a bit more backing, and maybe a bit less stick from the fan base. Because, like you said, we finished the season last year in fucking 15th or 16th. That is disgraceful.
No, 100%.
If that was any other Manchester United manager at that time, I would have wanted him sacked. For the simple reason being, they would have been in there for a full season or whatever.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. So he wasn't in for all of last season, and he wasn't in for all of this season. So he hasn't even got a full season under his belt with a team that he built with players that he wanted to suit his system.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I 100% agree. Look, I agree with
my friend made a great point a while ago, or I don't know if I heard it in here. Larry, you go and you become an electrician. Or you will go and you become a plumber. But I don't give you the right tools to go and do your job, but I still expect you to do your job.
Yeah. Set me up for failure.
What's the outcome going to be?
You're setting me up for failure, basically.
I send you to a job that requires a 10-inch spanner, but you only have a 9-inch spanner, 11-inch spanner, and a 12-inch spanner. How can I do the job if you haven't given me what you needed?
Yeah.
So it's painting over cracks. I'm going to give you this player because I know you wanted a striker, but I couldn't give you the strikers that you wanted because I don't think they're good enough. Now, this is the exact same board that told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that they had enough scouting reports on Erling Haaland and went and fucking signed Ori and Hagalo. No, don't get me wrong. I love Ori and Hagalo, but by Christ, we could have got Erling Haaland.
So
Ralph Ragnick is the same person that told the board to go and sign Josko Vardiol, told the board to go and sign Enzo Fernandez, told the board to go and sign Julie Bellingham, told the board to go sign Luis Diaz. Where are all of these players playing now for some of the top teams in Europe?
Yeah.
I love going on Twitter, right, and seeing the list of managers that is on our list.
And most of them are Champions League winners.
Glasner.
Yeah. Sure.
The Porto manager, Farioli, Marco Silva, Iraola. Ole wants to become caretaker manager of this club.
But if they give Ole the job as caretaker manager, I don't want Rio Ferdinand 3 months down the line and give him the job, put a check on the table and let him sign what he wants. Give him the again. Rio Ferdinand playing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's why he wanted them to give him the job. Like I said, if Darren Fletcher is the interim manager until the end of the season, I want to wait and see if the likes of Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, Wayne Rooney are going to call out Darren Fletcher because they played with him.
They probably won't.
They won't. They will not call him out for the simple reason being, he's my mate now. I can't throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
No, man.
This whole thing is all egos. It's all egos. If we didn't play with you, fuck you.
No, man. I hate. You know what I hate about anyone using the Telegraph?
But again, like I said, I'd like to see maybe a Nicky Butt or Wayne Rooney or anyone, even Paul Scholes for that matter. Paul Scholes has something to say and something new to say about Ruben Amorim every week. What major team did you manage, Paul?
Nathan, you're speaking facts tonight, bro. But you know what? You're actually speaking facts. But what I can't fathom, that people are actually happy with the sacking. I don't know how anyone can be happy. I can get Ruben Amorim was not the best. Oh my God, you're fucked whoever comes in now. You're fucked.
Because now he has. By the time we actually sign a manager, January window will be over. No one's going to want to sell players. And then come the summer. By the time we get to the summer, we're going to be 15th.
No, okay. So, you know how much I love this club? You know how much I love the incompetency of this club, right? According to sources, Amorim was keen on signing Philippe Mateta or Danny Welbeck this winter.
They're very hard moves to pull off. Mateta's happy. Very, very, very unlikely moves to pull off. Very unlikely.
Mateta and Welbeck. When we don't needed a striker, when we needed an 8.
Nah, but do you know what? Bond the striker talk for a minute. Yeah, Bond the striker for a talk. Going back to even the first time you're looking for a striker in the market, you had Gyökeres. Well, yeah, Gyökeres, Watkins, and who was
Gyökeres,
the other
Watkins, and
it wasn't Sesko. It was someone else we're looking at. But basically,
Osimhen, maybe.
no, it wasn't Osimhen. But I remember who did I remember?
Damn,
Ollie Watkins' contract was going. And I remember we were interested at the time for him. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why we didn't want him was wages. Like Arsenal is never bending their pay structure. I don't know about United, but Arsenal weren't bending over.
Our wage bill is into the millions.
We were not bending over for Ollie Watkins. I don't care how many times that guy scores it. I don't care how many times that guy scores against us. But we were not bending over for him.
No, dude. Our wage bill is like...
how ye looked at Ollie Watkins 30. I get it, but the guy is Premier League proven, and United have been dying for a Premier League proven striker for the last, I don't know how long.
Wasn't it Calvert-Lewin? Dominic Calvert-Lewin? No.
That was after they failed to get Gyökeres. That's after you failed to get Gyökeres that you were looking at DCL. I'm talking about when you first when the market initially first opened, when we were all looking at strikers. But my problem is with United. Yeah, look, it's all good to joke and laugh, but I genuinely do feel with this manager, yeah. I keep saying it. He was not the greatest, but he was not the worst. But one thing I rated is he didn't sugarcoat anything he said.
No.
If the team was shit, it was shit. I remember there was one time he won, and he was telling the fans, if you doubted us, stay on that side. Like, bro, the guy was very hard.
It was when we were starting to turn uphill. It was like, I think it was only a 3-win streak. I was like,
bro,
oh wait.
Look,
it was yeah.
But like what I'm saying is, he didn't sugarcoat things. He said things how they were. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. If you did, you did. But what I'm saying is, yeah, people who are celebrating this sacking like, we're finally free. Let me tell you something. You're not free. In fact, you're trapped. You're just trapped again. Because the next manager that gets this job officially, you know what's going to happen? The cycle's going to repeat itself. You're going to win a couple of games. You're thinking you're back. They'll back the manager. You have a couple of bad results.
It's an endless cycle of expectations.
Literally.
At the end of the day, this club does not. Everybody in this club expects you to be like Fergie, but no one can be like Fergie.
No, and I don't. And this, they need to get rid of this Fergie judge out the club. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know. Is there like a shrine of Fergie, and y'all go pre to before the game starts, bro?
It's probably because he's the club's best manager of all time.
No, 100%. But like, bro, you're glazing Fergie, but do you even know the history of Fergie? You're only seeing the titles. Do you know what he went through?
The people have only seen Fergie during the Premier League era. They didn't see it when Fergie.
It's not even the Premier League era. I guarantee you, if you ask most United fans, they probably couldn't tell you how Fergie's career started. Like even what the boys said there, I guarantee you, majority of United fans don't know that Fergie was nearly sacked 3 seasons in. I guarantee a lot of them don't. I guarantee you, majority of United fans know. All they know is he's won the league the most times. He made United one of the most decorated and biggest clubs in the world, but no one actually knows the history behind Fergie. Unfortunately, United has become a place where everything you do is scrutinized, everything is watched. 100%. I wouldn't want to manage that club, guys. I'm telling you, if Pep was handed $1 billion tomorrow, I don't want to take the job. That's how coach United is, bro. I mean, no one. Unless you get rid of these owners, I don't care, yeah? This situation is a power trip.
No, like I said,
Ralph.
Like I said earlier, and I think people just glazed over it. I love this club so much that in order for actual change to happen, is for us to get relegated.
You know what? I've been seeing the relegation thing, yeah? Obviously, you don't want to see a big 6 club relegation.
No,
you don't. But genuinely, if these owners don't want to sell, it would hurt.
It's going to hurt.
It would hurt the pockets.
Because the wage disparity between the Premier League and Championship is crazy. So United getting relegated would hurt the owners' pockets, and it would make United clean up their wage bill by a lot.
Well, not even the wage bill. I think even.
Let me hold you there. I'll be right back.
No problem. But touching on what Santi's saying, I don't want to see United get relegated. I actually don't think you need to go that far. But if United were meant to get relegated, it would probably force the owners to sell the club. It would probably force the owners to sell the club. Look, like I said, I'm a neutral. Like, obviously, United, Arsenal, big rivals. But look, if you're celebrating this, it's whatever you think about it. But honestly, your owners have fucked you again, lads. United fans, I'm telling you right now, your owners have fucked you again. Bro. Your owners have fucked you again. If you're really a United fan, you would have seen the vision. You would have seen like now. I am not saying Ruben Amorim was going to turn you into a world-class team, but I think he would have given you stability until you realize, okay, maybe this is the direction we want to go. Because right now, you've sacked him, and it's just going to be a cycle all over again, bro. It is just going to be a cycle all over again, bro. Let's not cut around the bush here. It is just going to be a cycle all over again. It is. And I guarantee you what's going to happen when you play Burnley next game, Darren Fletcher, whatever, these players, out of spite, will put on performance just to prove the narrative that Andrew wasn't the right guy for the job. 100%. 100%. Happens all the time. They'll sack the manager, interim comes in, couple of games going good. We told you guys it was the manager. We can play good now. Eventually, the new manager comes in, tries to implement his style, gets a couple of wins. Everyone's feeling him. Couple of bad games, bad spell. Get the manager out, bro. So who are we kidding? Who are we kidding when it comes to I don't care what anyone says. The Maresca situation and United situation are the exact same, bro.
It's identical. I wouldn't be surprised if they swap managers. I wouldn't be surprised if they swap managers. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Because Maresca is a good manager. He came under the Pep tree. He is tactically sound. It's just he basically had an argument with the board, and it's the same thing that happened with Amorim. It's back then when I first started watching the sport, a manager had oversight over team, transfers, youth. And now it's been so compartmentalized that, you're here to be a coach. That's it. You don't have, it's like, why would the board want to choose what a manager wants or doesn't want?
Look, all I'm gonna say is, man, this club, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if you'll ever see glory days again. I'm not even trying to be negative.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
bro, I'm like,
this is my club.
Like, look, I don't wish violence on no one, but you know how, bro, Americans wouldn't stand for this shit, man. I mean, I'm just saying. See the way United are running. If United was a team based in America, look,
they'd be the Cleveland Browns.
Bro, no, not even like what team they would be. But bro, just know some maniac is taking matters into his own hands. He's not standing for this, man. He's not.
Dude.
There's two, bro. Sports fans in America, they're crazy, bro.
Trust me. I'm one of them.
They don't care, bro. That shit is not being done right. This side of the same results, bro.
I've been asking for a bunch of people's heads ever since. Like, I'm a huge Dolphins fan. I've been asking for the head of the owner and the head of the general manager, the head of the head coach for years now. One of them got sacked this year. I'm waiting for the owner to sell the team because that's what everybody wants, is for them to sell the team, and I want the head coach gone because he's incompetent and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, look, unfortunately, sports is a business, man. All these owners care is about making money.
The privatization of a sport. Sport was for the poor, and then we've turned this into this lucrative business, and it's pisses me off.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sure, look, it is what it is. We're just gonna have to see what happens when you play Burnley. But look, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Chat. I appreciate y'all for coming along. It's a short one. We just thought we had to run it. Obviously, very, very big news. But hey, Amorim sacked, Maresca sacked. Boxing Day, a lot of stuff didn't happen. New Year's has definitely made up for it. Fun fact before I leave you: the player of the month of October and the player of the month of November have both been sacked. So
the manager of the month.
Manager. Correct me. Sorry,
no,
manager.
I'm like,
my manager.
Igor got sacked, huh?
Manager. October manager of the month and November manager of the month have both been sacked. So be interesting to see who gets December manager of the month. Nah. I can't lie. We ain't getting that shit, bro. Keep that shit away from me. We don't win that. The only thing I wanted to see on the team, bro. Yeah, keep that shit away from me. But chat, look, peace, y'all hopping on. Santi, thank you for coming on. Shout out Scott, shout out Hayes, shout out Nate for coming on as well. But look, Amorim sacked United. Are they back in a vicious cycle? I think they are. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments.
Celtic manager got sacked too.
Oh yes, the Celtic manager. We can't forget the Celtic manager.
He got sacked after 8 games.
We got a double sacking today, man. Hey, hopefully tomorrow's a triple. I'm trying to see some managers go too. But hey, we'll talk to you. Peace and love. Thank you for tapping into the Pitch Perfect podcast.